What is up, everyone? This is Tyler G of Batman Figs on Instagram, and today's new Batman Adventure episode review is going to be on the episode titled Animal Act. Now, at the beginning of this episode, we see Batman and Robin, doing some lookout from a building, just observing, trying to see if there's anything going on. And then we see Nightwing show up, and so we get some banter back and forth. That's pretty funny. And it's also pretty cool just to see Batman, Nightwing, and Robin, together. And they see something and they go after this figure in the night, and they come to find that it is a gorilla who is stealing some tech. And not only a gorilla, but a gorilla that Nightwing recognizes from his days at Haley's Circus. So the next scene, we get to see Dick Grayson and Tim Drake at the circus at Haley's looking around. They want to go there to confirm that the monkey they saw on the rooftops was the one from the circus. So it's pretty cool because we get to see Dick Grayson go down memory lane as he's seeing old friends from his younger days, and we get to see how his life used to be and how it could have been if things were a little different. Then we get to see him reunited with another friend that he was around the same age as when they were children, and she's all grown up now, and she's actually in charge of the gorilla that they were encountered the other night. And Tim Drake and Nightwing both noticed that it was the gorilla, but he was acting a lot different. His whole demeanor was different. He's a lot more docile and smiley, not aggressive at all. So that's the end of that scene. They're suspicious and they're gonna keep a lookout. But the next thing we see is Nightwing in his apartment, and he's looking at a memory book, a photo album of his days at the circus, and you can see that being there that day really brought up a lot of things from his memory. So he's sitting there and he's looking at the photo album and remembering those happier days, maybe longing for them. And then it's not long as he's looking at those that we see a silhouette, a shadow be cast over the pictures, and it's his mentor, Batman. So I don't even think it's a minute-long sequence, but I really like this, just the symbology of it, where he's just looking and thinking of how happy he used to be, and maybe thinking what could have been. And then while he is living and thinking in the past, his mentor's shadow is cast upon those days, and he's reminded that, this is who he is now. Those things made him something else. And Batman's just like, are you ready? We gotta go out. And so he was able to look back a little bit, remember those days, but he gets moving on and continuing with the now. So I really like. It's just a small sequence. It's not very long at all, but it says a lot, I think. So I just really love when they do things like that with this series. And then after that, we get to see a scene where Batman and Nightwing, the original dynamic duo, fight together, and they take on two bears that are trying to steal some tech. And again, Nightwing recognizes them as circus animals. So Batman, he thinks that is his childhood friend, the Miranda Kane girl, and Nightwing is just like, I know her, she's my friend, she wouldn't do that stuff. And so it's kind of leaving it up in the air who this could be and who is doing all this with the animals, how they're being let out of their cages, and how they're able to do this stuff that normal trained animals wouldn't be able to do. And then in a couple more scenes, it's revealed that it's the Mad Hatter, and we get to see how it resolves from there. And I'm not going to go into too much of it because I don't know how many people have seen this episode. I know that I tend to forget about it a lot because it's just not one of those super standout episodes. But watching it, and if you actually pay attention, there's a lot of good stuff in here, especially seeing Dick Grayson go back to Haley's Circus. That's pretty cool. And just seeing how Batman and Nightwing, their relationship is now compared to how it was. And wondering, what happened. And because this at this point in the series, they didn't do old wounds yet, which explains why Batman and Robin had a falling out. So at this point, you're still wondering, like, man, whatever happened to them to make them want to part, to make Dick become Nightwing? And I mean, you could say, well, in the comics, but they make things different in this show than the comics all the time. And their explanation is different from that of the comics. So it's a very cool episode. I think that if you haven't seen it before, you should see it. And if you've seen it before and like, oh, I didn't like it, watch it again. And have an open mind about it when you watch it. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to see more pictures, you can go to my Instagram page, Batman Figs, Batman Figs on Instagram. I have tons of pictures there. So I hope you guys enjoy those. Feel free to comment. I will answer. All right? Hope you guys have a great day. See you soon.